Well, guys, I can't believe it. I cannot believe what I just read. Now, I do believe there's a difference between Democrat voters and Democrat Party politicians. Folks, these Democrat Party politicians, in my opinion, and I've actually believed this, they are perfectly okay with President Trump getting assassinated. They're okay with that. Because if you're willing to call someone Hitler all the time, a fascist, a dictator, you clearly want that person dead. And then when 2 failed assassination attempts happen, then they go out there and they say, oh, we need unity. We need to come together. We wish President Trump the best. We hope he's okay. We don't want him hurt. The same people that called him Hitler. Folks, if Trump was really Hitler, guys, and he was responsible for the death of millions of people, you would not be saying, I hope he's okay. You just wouldn't. Because if you actually look at the people that were found guilty in World War II, those people were executed. Executed. Nobody was saying, I hope they're okay. Folks, it is terrifying, guys, because I believe that the Democrat politicians and the media especially, they have now made me rethink what I've been saying about Democratic Party voters. Because this poll, guys, that was actually conducted after the second assassination attempt is shocking. These Democrats, man, really want President Trump dead. D-E-A-D, dead. I cannot believe this, guys. Let's get into it. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Member live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you watch on Rumble, click the join button to get access to the same thing. And everyone can also support us by becoming a member on blackandwhitenetwork.com or supporting us on Locals, both for just $5 per month. Check the links in the description. So here we go. Look at this, guys. Poll. Majority of Democrats unsure or say U.S. would be better off if Trump murdered. I'm stunned. I thought that we as Americans were actually better than this. Maybe it's just me. Maybe because I'm not a fan of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. But there's no way in the world, guys, that the U.S. is better off if Kamala Harris or Joe Biden actually got assassinated. That would not solve anything. Actually, just make things worse. Not a fan of them. Not going to vote for them. But I would not be okay with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden getting assassinated. These Democrats, they are perfectly okay with President Trump getting killed. Look here. Says here, a majority of Democrats say they are either unsure. How could you actually be unsure? If you're unsure, that means you are sure. You're okay with President Trump being killed. If America would be better off if Trump had been murdered over the weekend, or flat out say America would be better off. This poll of 1,000 registered voters was taken by Scott Rasmussen, president of RMG Research, on September 16th through 17th on behalf of Neapolitan News. Quote, the desensitization of some Americans following the second assassination attempt of former President Trump is alarming, writes Neapolitan News. 17% of voters believe America would be better off if former President Trump had been killed in last week's attempted assassination. Votes 17%. That is crazy. It goes on. It says that's not the worst of it. There is just no question that Democrats like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, along with their corporate media allies, especially at CNN and MSNBS, have accomplished their mission in radicalizing Democrats into seeing former President Trump as something less than human, someone who deserves to be murdered. Wow. This is a major reason, guys, why I don't believe, even if Trump wins, it's not going to be a 1980 Reagan type landslide. It's not going to happen like that, because these people on the left, man, really, they just don't want to be Americans anymore. They're okay with a president, a former president, getting assassinated. Goes on. The most troubling numbers can be found in the crosstabs. RMG Research asks, quote, while it is always difficult to wish ill of another human being, would America be off if Donald Trump had been killed last weekend? The result? Well, a majority of Democrats do not find it difficult at all to wish ill of another human being. Only 47% of Democrats said no to that question, while 28% said America would be better off if Trump had been murdered, and 25% were unsure. A clear majority of these Democrats are okay with that. In other words, 53% of Democrats are either okay with Trump being murdered or on the fence about it. Now, these people aren't on the fence. If they're thinking about it, they're okay with it. The Policy News Institute reported 49% of Democrats think it's at least somewhat likely that Trump himself or the Trump campaign was involved with the assassination attempt. Wow. With 21% saying it was very likely. 52% of Republicans think it's at least somewhat likely that the Democratic Party or Harris campaign was involved, with 28% saying it's very likely. Now, me, myself, do I honestly think Kamala Harris's campaign was directly involved? No, I don't think that. But do I believe the rhetoric of Kamala Harris and these Democrats are leading people to actually go out there and try to assassinate Trump? Absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt about it, folks. The media is always calling him Hitler. All the time. Folks, if you're going to constantly call a person Hitler, and to a lot of people, man, Hitler is the worst person that's ever lived. If you keep comparing him to that guy, of course, people are going to say, you know what? He's Hitler. He should die. Man, we're in trouble, man. We are in trouble as a country. The Democratic Party is okay, perfectly okay, with Trump getting assassinated. Because remember, I talked about this, Hakeem Jeffries, right after Trump was actually got away from the second assassination attempt, about to cover, he was out there attacking Donald Trump. And the media, folks, is actually blaming Trump for these assassination attempts on his life. And some of these people actually believe that Trump set it up. Wow. We're in trouble as a nation, folks. We are in trouble as a nation. Look at this, guys. Whoopi Goldberg on The View is telling Trump to tone down the rhetoric, man. You're the reason why you're actually getting these assassination attempts. She's not blaming it on the left. She's not. But it's kind of funny because Whoopi, in a previous clip here, because that's two different clips here, she's actually right here, it says, you guys got to pull it back. You got to stop what you're doing, J.D. Vance, and what you're doing, Mr. T. Also, Whoopi, you know what Joe Biden can do? He could throw every Republican in jail. Yeah. Talking about toning down the rhetoric, right? Or pulling back. Anyway, listen to this.
this thing. You know, let's stop this both sides stuff.
It's a bunch, yeah.
Because it's not correct. Right. It is not both sides. It is one clear side. And you can point to many, many reports. You can point to all kinds of stuff that's been reported. You guys have to pull it back. This is not us or them. This is you got to stop doing what you're doing, JD, and what you're doing, Mr. T, because you are not helping the situation. Well, the Supreme Court won't hear oral arguments until the end of April. Now, let's look at a scenario where the Supreme Court says, yes, he has all those rights. He is immune from everything. Yeah. You know what Joe Biden could do since he is presently president?
What?
Whoa. He could throw every Republican in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, he could.
Yeah. And she's perfectly okay with that, guys. Whoopi would be perfectly okay with that. But she's saying that it's only happening from one side. No, the left is out of control. The left is out of control, man. These people on the left are violent. The left is extremists. But this poll, man, definitely shocking. Definitely shocking, folks. Over half of Democrats seem to be okay with a former president getting assassinated. Wow. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.